Thanks for tuning in to AVADirect. Today we're going to go over the first time unboxing of your brand new PC. Let's get into it. Okay, so now that you've got your PC, you're going to want to start with laying the box somewhere on a surface that you can really work with it. Here we have it on a nice tall table. So we're going to start with opening up the top of the box. So you're going to come around to your little side flaps here and here on this side. And then you're going to cut the top right down the middle here, which will release the top flaps. Now, our systems are double boxed, so you're gonna have 2 layers of this packing to go through. Now, as you can see, we do layer all around with bubble wrap. You can also expect to find your accessory box, or in this case, one of the parts boxes that the customer requested specifically, laying on top. So you're gonna start with just pulling out this initial packing material. You're also going to find your accessory box sitting on the top here as well. This accessory box is going to contain your power cable, as well as some extra additional parts that may have come with some of the components that weren't used in the initial assembly of the system. So once you've got all this packing material out, as far as the top layers go, you can then start to get the other box out of the system. So we're going to lay this on the ground here. So the easiest way to go about this, I find, is to pre-bend all your flaps. Bend them as far back as you possibly can. Flip the system around with the bottom facing towards you, and then tilt the box upside down and let the internal box slowly slide out. From that point, you lift up and your outer box has been removed. So now we have our inner box to work with here. Now, thankfully, this system is smaller, so I'm able to work with this by myself. However, if you're buying a larger system, you may want to find somebody to help you out with this next step, or this particular step rather. Once you've got your inner box out, pretty much the same process. Don't cut towards yourself like I just did, that's dangerous. Gonna slice open the top here, get it open. Same process. Bend the flaps back, lay the system on its side, make sure there's nothing in the top that you need to pull out. Flip it over, lift up, and then you're good to go. So these boxes now, as well as all this packing material, I highly advise you hold on to. In the event that you need to ship your PC back to us for any sort of a repair, you're gonna need this packaging. If you don't package the system up as best as you possibly can, as closely to the original configuration as possible, you're gonna essentially run the risk of damaging your system when you ship it back for any kind of work, and the likelihood of that is pretty high. So definitely hold on to the packaging if you have the storage space for it. So we're gonna pull off these foam pieces now. And flip this around. Now, most of your PCs are gonna come with this sort of a plastic bag over it. Just as simple as pulling it off. You don't have to tear it off or anything like that. Now, once this bag is off, you're gonna flip your PC around, and you might notice something and you might not notice something a little odd with our systems, depending on if you have a solid side panel or a clear side panel. But as you can see underneath this warning sheet here, we do have a pink molded ESD safe foam that we insert in all of our PCs before shipment. Now, this foam does 2 things. One, it ensures that if you have a glass panel like this, it's not rattling around because it's pressing up against something soft. So it lowers the risk of the panel potentially shattering and shipping. The other benefit is that these foam pieces, as you can see here, when this convenient layer fell out, is it keeps all of your components in place. And it's just a simple matter of pulling these foam pieces out. Now, sometimes you might need to work with it a little bit, might even need to manhandle it a little bit, but it should come out after a little bit of work and some effort. And again, highly advise you hold on to these pieces, and if possible, take a photo of it just so you know how it's configured. So if you ever need to reinsert them into the system for shipping purposes, you'll know how they go. So once you've got all the foam out and you've inspected that everything is out, nothing is impeding the fans, we can then put our side panel back on and proceed to get the system connected up, boot it into Windows, and get it set up for use.
If you like the PC in this video, be sure to contact our sales team at sales@avadirect.com, or you can head over to our website by clicking on the link in the description below. You can choose from many pre-built options, gaming or workstation based, or use our configurator to build a PC of your dreams. Be sure to click that thumbs up button and subscribe, and don't forget to follow our social media channels at avadirect.com